Hey everybody, welcome back. It's 9:06, 57 degrees outside. Connie Grace, the 2016 Arkansas Trial Lawyer of the Year and attorney with the Minton Law Firm, is here to share what you should know about wrecks involving 18-wheelers. Connie, good morning to you, and congratulations on the title. When did you find out?
Probably about a month ago.
Month ago?
Yeah.
Were you pretty surprised?
Yes,
Really?
very much.
Well,
Very
that
much
is
so.
incredible. So congratulations on that. We know that you do a lot of work, and that obviously that award goes to all the efforts you've made in the past year helping out a lot of people around the state of Arkansas.
Thank you so much.
Let's talk about 18-wheelers. Every time I get family members come in to town from out of state and they go through Memphis and they drive down 40, they always comment how many 18-wheelers we have in the state because we're a big intersection point from Memphis to Dallas. So we see a lot of them go through the state. And unfortunately, that does involve accidents. Tell us a little about the difference between a car wreck and an 18-wheeler when it comes to legal terms and what people should keep in mind when it comes to the legal ramifications of that accident.
Thank you. First, I think everybody can relate to that near-miss, heart-stopping moment on the interstate when a big truck gets too close to you. But sometimes they don't miss. Every 16 minutes, someone is killed or seriously injured in a trucking accident. And it's always hard to look at those because they're usually more serious injuries, and you don't get used to looking at that type of thing. Sometimes in just defending automobile accidents, and there are serious injuries there too, there's only $25,000 policy limit that's available that can go very quickly in medical bills. But in trucking accidents, they are required to have at least $1 million in liability insurance.
Okay, interesting.
We've represented a lot of people who've been injured in a trucking accident. We've also represented some big truck drivers because they are not always at fault, and they have training and experience that we don't have.
Certainly. Oh, yes. They travel those roads all the time, every day, and certainly have to do so with a big rig, which requires hours of training. If someone is involved in an accident, whether it be someone who is involved with an 18-wheeler or, like you said, like an 18-wheeler driver, what are some of the things they need to be looking for immediately? Accidents can be traumatic. What are some of the things that they should keep in mind if this happens to them? Well,
first of all, you need to be aware that trucking cases are heavily defended, and there's a lot of times when they will have someone at the scene of the accident before the vehicles are even towed.
Really?
They take pictures, they take measurements, they try to get their driver tested for drug and alcohol, but if a police officer does not require the testing, then they have 8 hours to do that testing.
8 hours to do that testing. Okay. I'm seeing here a couple of different things, some of the exams that they might show. What are some of the exams that take place that might help? The Department of Transportation exams.
The Department of Transportation exams require them to renew their physicals every 2 years.
Okay.
Sometimes we have a hard time getting those records, but the ones that we look closest for are the physical exams because sometimes there's doctor shopping involved. We look for sleep disorders. There may be psychiatric issues involved. Are they on medication? Are they even fit to drive a truck? There are visual tests that they're required to have, and we look very closely, especially when there's a gap in the DOT exams, or a gap in the time that the driver has had his card, and that always raises a red flag for us.
If someone is involved in one of these accidents, how they call your offices and the law offices of Justin Minton? Is it an immediate call? Is it the next day call? What time frame should that be?
As soon as they are physically able. If they're injured, they need to have a relative or friend call us because the Department of Transportation requires the truck drivers to only maintain their logs for 6 months. And what we do is put out a preservation of evidence letter to get what's known as the black box, the information from the truck, satellite monitoring, the logging information, and everything should be maintained so that the plaintiff or the injured person has a fair shot at receiving fair compensation.
Well, thank you so much for coming and explaining all of this today. Certainly something everyone hopes they never have to go through, but like you said, every 60 minutes in this country it happens. And
16.
16, excuse me,
Yes.
16 minutes. That's even worse, but unfortunately it does happen. There's the information for the Minton Law Firm on your screen. Call ahead if you would like to have a consultation and talk with the lawyers over there. And congratulations again on
Thank
being
you.
named 2016 Trial Lawyer of the Year,
And
Connie.
I'm the first woman
First woman too.
in Arkansas.
How about that? Round of applause. Very well done.